Hello, YTPC. This is Steve, and you're watching Smoking Cardboard. And this is my dad.
Hi.
I'm smoking some Kendall, Kentucky in my Mark Tinsky pipe down in Nebraska. You can see family. It's nice, right?
Yep.
You get a nice day here. It's like 40 degrees.
Yep.
Supposed to get up to 48 or something.
Woohoo!
A lot of snow melting. Maybe you can hear that. So I offered family members being able to come in a video, and initially I said you could voice your opinion on me and pipe smoking or whatever, but you can talk about anything really. It's not critical that you say stick to any particular topic. So have you had so you're kind of in a lot of change.
Yeah, I am. Right in the middle of change. I've been doing one job for 31 plus years and plan to retire in the next 6 months, and going to move closer to where more of my family is, because none of my family lives around here.
Further from me, barely, but a little bit.
Is it really?
Yeah, you're like 8 hours from me, and then you'll be like 9.5.
Is it really 9.5 hours? I was thinking it was only like
9.
8 or so. I'm sorry. But I'll have more flexibility to come up and visit.
Yeah.
Because as a pastor of a church, I work every weekend, and so I never have time off like that I would be able to have in retirement. So I'm looking forward to it. Woohoo!
Yeah. Then you're gonna build a house.
Yep.
Not everybody says that.
I know. Well, people say it, but they don't mean they actually are the ones who are building it. Where for me, I want to be the one who's building it. And Mom has got me kind of talked out of digging the hole myself, and hiring that done for the sake of time. But I got to run an excavator a few weeks ago, putting in my dock, and
Yeah.
I found it to be quite fun. I kind of liked running an excavator, kind of like every little boy's dream, you know. So, but I'll do most of it myself. I'm already starting to work on some things, doing some of the hardwood sort of trim pieces here, and planing them down, and then staining them and lacquering them and that sort of thing, so they'll be done and ready to go. So.
Yeah, a lot of pieces to building a house, especially when you're trying to do all of it
On the
yourself.
cheap.
Yeah,
On the cheap.
you just accomplish some of that by buying all your pre-buying. So you've definitely been planning for a really long time,
I have them.
and pretty meticulously. And what my mom is kind of the planner of design.
Yes.
And my dad is the make it happen.
Yes, as I say, she makes it look good. I say, can we afford it? And 2, can I do it myself? If I can do it myself and I can afford it, whatever she wants is what she gets. So, but once in a while she'll go, this is what I want. And I'll go, I don't think we can afford that. So, anyhow. But sometimes now we're saving money in one area so that we have it to spend in another area. All my trim, all the casing and baseboard is all coming out of one tree that I cut down myself with my guy who works with me here doing logging, and cut it into logs. And now we've sawn up the logs, and we will let it dry and then plane it and go from there. So it's cost me very, very little for oak trim. So that means I'll have some money to spend someplace else.
Right. I mean, I know when I built my kitchen, the cost versus having them built are astronomically
Huge.
different, especially if you can get the wood cheap.
Yep.
So,
And what I love to do is make cabinets. Cabinets are fun, and so I'll start on those in the next few weeks, and building those out of walnut that I also got most of it pretty much for free, and build those and have them all ready to go when we move.
so did your dad, my grandpa, ever smoke a pipe? Do you remember him?
He did. He smoked a pipe. I remember in the earliest days of following him around on construction, I remember the foundations we were working on, and he would have his pipe in his mouth. So, but I didn't see it too much. He mainly, by the time I came around, I was the fourth out of 5 kids. By that time, he had switched over to cigarettes.
Yeah.
And smoked. He had lung cancer, actually, way before I was born. And then they took out, in those days, they just took out the part that was cancerous, and so he was missing half a lung and lived for the next 60 years. And he smoked for the next 25 years, and then he had a heart episode. He had to quit smoking, so he went to chewing.
Yeah,
And
I
so-
remember him chewing.
Yeah, that was gross. So, but I kind of like the smell of the pipe. Pipe is good. So I'm downwind.
Yeah, sorry. It's
it's
kind of
okay.
swirling. The wind's blowing this way, but we're kind of getting a
Yeah.
swirl effect.
Although
got
I
out
will
of it.
tell you, some of your other tobaccos smell better than this one does.
Yeah, I'm sorry. I only have what I brought, and I didn't bring it thinking.
That anybody would care.
Yeah, some of
Yeah.
some.
It's okay. I'm not opposed to it.
So, because of your job, you would never have considered smoking cigars or pipes, mostly.
That's
Not
correct.
that you would necessarily want to anyway.
Yeah, that's
right?
it's not my bent, but I probably wouldn't. Although, I did a wedding for someone in our church down in Texas, and I didn't know it until afterwards. They had a cigar bar at the wedding, and if I had known that, I probably would have gone and had a cigar. But that would have freaked Mom out. I don't know what she'd have done with that. But
Yeah.
I kind of like cigarettes you can have other than the first drag is the only thing that smells decent. I've only smoked one half of one cigarette one time and said, this is stupid, so I quit. Of my dad's, I found one that I didn't think he knew I had. But the smell of cigars and pipes, I've always thought were a lot different than cigarettes.
So maybe in your retirement you'll enjoy a cigar or a pipe, or not? Probably not, because Mom.
Well, I don't want to blame Mom, but I don't know. I just don't anticipate that will be the case.
That's fine.
But I don't view it as this is the ultimate of sin problems, is to smoke a pipe. That's kind of how I grew up, even though my dad smoked. We always said it as he smoked his cancer sticks, and he would be going like this and go, "Don't smoke, kids! Don't smoke, kids! Don't smoke, kids!" So none of us did.
Well, I
So,
suppose that is true.
you know,
But now you have a son that smokes pipe tobacco. That was kind of a surprise,
that was a surprise.
because that's not really in my persona
No,
to do
this was
something like
this
that.
was the kid in high school who would not drink carbonated beverages because they were bad for you. So you didn't drink pop, as we called it. You wouldn't drink pop at all because it was bad for you.
Yep. Initially I wanted to do better at sports, and so I thought about cutting out stuff out of my diet so that I could be better at sports, because I was mediocre.
He was actually better than he thinks he was. He just had bad parents who didn't recognize he had an asthma problem until 2/3 of the way through his senior year when we figured it out, and then he did really, really well.
And then I just saw pop as there's no advantage to drinking pop. There's nothing beneficial like even a cookie is more beneficial than pop is. So I just didn't, and I still don't drink pop. I think it's just in my mindset.
You don't drink
of
any at all?
None.
None.
I think now
Huh.
it's just it would be too sweet for me,
Huh.
you know, like it's like, I've just never drank it. I think I've had pop like in a mixed drink with like,
Rum and Coke or
or
something.
or Sprite and whiskey or something like that. But other than that, I really haven't had.
So what do you do when you get to like a Culver's or something?
I always
Good
drink
water?
water, or
Water.
sometimes I'll upgrade to a milkshake because
A milkshake.
I like ice cream. I'm an ice cream guy.
That would be me.
Yeah. So then, you don't watch most of my videos, right?
I've watched some, and Mom reports on most of them to me, so I hear about.
I know
most
she
of
took a
them.
break for a while, and then I asked her about it, and she said, "Oh yeah, I stopped watching. I should start watching them again."
Yeah. The hard part is just when we're sitting, you know, not
Yeah.
doing anything.
It's all right. They're not very exciting.
Well, you have followers, Steve. You have a follower.
I'm very appreciative of all the people that are.
We go,
Uh,
we go on trips. Steve walks into a store, people recognize him.
which one?
Down in Tennessee, when you were just.
Oh, right. Yeah, you guys were on that trip. Huh?
I wasn't in the store
Right.
with you, but I was there.
The dreaded tiger. Yeah, it's certainly been quite the experience learning about the community and participating in it. I'm kind of surprised that I'm still making videos because initially it was like committing to making some videos. I'm going to make one a week. I don't know what I'm going to talk about. I'm going to try to do it for a whole year. I have no idea how I'll be able to make 52 videos about
Pipe smoking.
anything, right? But here I am, several years later, still making videos
How many do you make?
once a week.
Still
a week.
one a week. Wow.
Yeah. Yep. Some are better than others, but that's why I was trying. It was like, oh well, if I can make a video this week,
Yeah.
I should try to make one. Just keep up with it. My last video I talked about like my year and pipe smoking because I just like I play board games and I record my plays, I record my smokes on a Excel sheet. So that way I know which blends I smoked, how many times, and I'll even give them a rating, every single smoke that I have out of 10, 1 out of 10.
But I will tell you, the best one was the one that Krista did. That was the best one.
I think the internet agrees. She has like 15 times as many views on that than my best video.
It made me laugh.
You know, she needs to make another video of some sort. She that was out of her own initiative though. She came up with that whole thing. So, but she does some videos where we sit and talk too, kind of like this. Except it's just Krista and I. We're usually talking about stuff Krista likes to talk about, which is movies and TV shows
Oh,
and football.
football. Well, except that she's a Vikings fan.
She
So.
is. We have done very well being a married couple of very conflicting teams.
Yes.
To being now willing to cheer for each other's teams, except for when they play against each other. You know, it took me a bit to recognize that it doesn't matter who I cheer for. I do not influence the game at all with my cheers.
And this is that week.
Yeah.
When
we
the
played each
Packers
other.
play the Vikings, the Packers have to win. The Vikings don't need to win for anything, I don't think.
No, they don't.
So, Packers have to win.
Yeah. So
And it's at Green Bay. Not Green Bay, but Green
I
Bay.
kind of given up hope on the Packers because I felt like their must-win game was earlier,
Uh-huh.
and they lost it.
Uh-huh.
And now it's becoming a possibility.
Uh-huh.
I think the Washington Commanders, that's what it is, need to lose again. But
that right?
If they lose,
We could be
then
in?
if we just win out, we're in.
Wow.
Yeah.
They lose one of the last 2 games?
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
So
That would be cool.
definitely a possibility there. But anyway, I got the NFL Plus this year because it was always stressful trying to see all the games. But this year it was very nice having that where you could watch the game after the fact.
Okay.
And I just realized that was a stress reliever, that I could watch the game at any point in my own time. So when mostly church things came up, it wasn't, oh my goodness, this is right on top of the game I want to watch. I could just not be stressed out about that.
Ours is just the TV delays. I can watch it later, and so that's what I tend to do. The only problem with that is that I don't always get our game in our market. So when the Packers are good, then you get most all of them. When they're not good, you don't get as many. Except that we still have Aaron Rodgers, so he is a draw.
Yeah.
So
Yeah,
like
you
Sunday
still
was a
watch 'em.
game of the week, even though it was a 7-8 team against a 7-8 team or whatever down Miami.
Yeah.
So
So you get any good Christmas gifts?
I gave you a good Christmas gift. Now you're putting me on the spot.
Yeah.
I'm supposed to remember what I got.
It's all right if you can't remember any of
Yeah.
the gifts that you
Well,
enjoy.
I got what I asked for. I asked for a new, better 12-volt tester
Yeah, all right.
for putting on lights and stuff for our trailers. I had to do it, and I was really frustrated with the piece of junk that I owned.
So that's not something you would typically just go out and buy yourself?
Well, it isn't that I wouldn't buy it. I'd look at it and say, how much do they want for this? And go, oh, that's ridiculous.
So it's hard for you to
It's hard for
commit
me to spend money.
spend money like that.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
And I think that's why I'm so hard to buy presents for, because I'll just go get it.
Yeah, you will spend
I'll
money.
just go get it.
You've always been that.
Yeah.
You're frugal, but you've always wanted the best. And so you would, I remember the year you wanted a pair of jeans, but not a pair of jeans. You wanted this specific pair of jeans, and
Yeah.
you said, I don't care if it's the only present that I get. This is what I want.
Mm-hmm.
That was you.
I wore those jeans for like 4 years
Yeah.
till they
Where
fell apart.
I go, these are my good jeans until I wear them enough, and then they're not my good jeans anymore. And then I wear them more, and they become my work jeans. And
Yeah.
so, and then you just keep moving down the ladder there. And
I'm more to that stage of life. I don't know.
Same
think
with
I
my
think
shoes.
clothes wear out faster now than they used to. So it's like, man, I'm having to buy clothes a lot more frequently than
Yeah.
I remember having to buy clothes.
So what'd you get for Christmas, Steve?
Oh, I don't have it with me. Krista was super kind, and she made me a ball cap that had my face with smoking cardboard.
Are you serious?
A channel hat, yes. So I'll have to, when I'm home and I have that, we'll have to debut those. So she made that for
When
me.
you said she made you, what does that mean?
She had someone else make it. So it's
Okay.
like on a leather, like circle
patch?
on the
Okay.
hat or whatever. So
Wow.
someone must have lasered it into the leather
Wow.
or something.
Wow.
So it's
The logo. It's
it was
become the
very
logo.
very thoughtful.
Wow. That is cool.
And then I got a couple just clothes items that I use on the regular. I seem to wear through the elbows on all my long sleeve
Okay.
shirts. Sitting at a desk at work just goes through those things. And my work's really cold, so it's helpful to... I used to have a different spot at work that I sat, and it was hot. And now I'm at a different spot where it's cold, so now I had to shift from all short sleeve stuff to all long sleeve stuff, because year round it's just cold where I am. So
And my wife, Joan, your mom, her big present was Krista inspired, because she saw Krista's microwave that goes in a drawer
Oh.
below the counter. And my wife, being short, said, that's what I need. I can't do this over the stove stuff anymore. And I don't like it on the counter. And so when we went out and priced them, and it's like, oh my, those things are expensive and they're hard to find. They're really, really hard to find, or they were as of a month ago. And so I said, well, if that's something you want, we'll design it into our new kitchen, but I need to have it so that I can make sure I make the space that's the right space. Because I have to make that into the cabinet. And so we went out and bought it, and I said, Merry Christmas.
Yeah, I think I just said, I think microwaves over stoves look cheap, and they look bad, and there's got to be a better way. And so then I saw the drawer microwave, and I was like, this is great. We can put it in the island. And then I found one that was refurbished on eBay for like, I think it was like $180.
Yeah.
Or something.
Well, ours is a lot more than that.
So then I just built it into the island, and it works great. It's really great.
Ours was over 1,000 for us.
Ooh. I think mine was right around 200. But maybe it was more than that. Maybe it was like 400. Normally it was 800 or something.
Yeah.
I don't know. It was like half price though.
But yeah, there's another. We have most of the appliances. The only two appliances I don't own right now is a refrigerator and a dishwasher. Otherwise, I've got a double oven. I've got a cooktop. I've got the garbage disposal. I have the microwave. So we're getting down there.
Yeah, you're getting down there. So anyway, I guess we should wrap this up so people can get on with their lives.
Okay.
Is there any parting words you want to say? If not, that's okay too.
It is amazing that you want to listen to Steve every week.
Yep, agreed.
But Steve really is a great guy. And if you want to know Steve's motto, it's if you're going to be hardcore, you have to live hardcore. That's Steve. Always has been.
I suppose. All right, well, thanks for hanging out.
Yeah.
You guys have a great New Year's.
Bye.
Bye.